I'm ABC 15 data analyst Garrett Archer, and I'm taking you inside the numbers on inflation in Phoenix, what's driving it, and how we compare to other U.S. metros. So inflation in Phoenix rose by 1.6% in December. That's last month to December 2023. That's among the smallest increases in the country. It ties us with Tampa, Florida, but lower inflation was found in Riverside, California, and Houston, Texas. The metros with the highest inflation in the country, that's New York, with prices up 4.3%. Next is Chicago and urban Hawaii. Los Angeles and Baltimore are also making this top five. But how does Phoenix inflation compare to other metros since the pandemic? Well, that's interesting because the map is now flipped. The cumulative price inflation for the U.S. since 2020 is 23%. The metros with a lower cumulative inflation rate were found in places like San Francisco, Chicago, and New York. Phoenix, meanwhile, above the U.S. inflation rate, prices up 26% here, but not as bad as the Florida metros of Tampa and Miami, where prices were up almost 30%. This is how our prices compare on average to the U.S. as a whole since 2020. All item inflation, like I said, is 23% in the U.S., 26% here, so 3 points higher in Phoenix. Shelter, though, this is a big one, up 16%, 16 points higher in Phoenix compared to the U.S. in general. Food prices, they're up about the same. Energy prices, inflation, actually that's lower here, about 12 points. And finally, services, those prices are about 9 points higher here. But back to what's driving inflation today. So goods and services pushing our inflation down include shelter, gasoline, electricity, and groceries. But prices things are pushing the prices up. That's going out to eat. That continues to be more expensive. Buying a used car and medical care. With a look inside the numbers, I'm Garrett Archer, ABC 15, Arizona.